We are live.
Good afternoon, welcome to the Quilt News Channel. I'm your host today, Luke Fagents. We're also joined by two very special guests. We've got Phil Ryan, he's the CEO of QXMP Labs, and the Real David Lloyd. So in Quilt News this week, and coming over the next 10 days, some really exciting updates. We've got third-party asset verifications, smart contract verifications, pre-sale of the Quilt token starts on the 9th of February, tokenization of the first mining assets, and details on the regulation and how the smart contracts will be audited and fully regulated is coming soon. So today we're joined by the CEO of QXMP Labs, Phil Ryan. He'll be answering some questions from the pro tennis and greatest leisure entrepreneur on the planet, the real David Lloyd. David Lloyd is setting up some fantastic family fun adventure parks in the UK and the US and had some unique questions for our CEO, Phil Ryan. Over to you, David.
Hi, Luke. It's been great to catch up and follow what you're doing with your Bitcoin or blockchain. It's very interesting, and the reason I like it is because of the fact that you are underwriting the coins, the tokenized coins, with real assets, the assets in the ground of mines all over the world, and that's something that a lot of people don't do. I've not been a great believer in the Bitcoin industry, but with yours being collateralized by the land asset, it's great. And what I would like to know is that obviously with our sports gardens, which you know about, we'll be opening them all over the UK and America, and we've got a smart watch which allows people to, when they come in, the first time they get their watch, which will have their name on it, and that watch can buy food, can let them into the activities. It will make sure that you can't go on an activity if you're not old enough. And obviously, if you're not old enough, it won't allow you to go and get an alcoholic drink and things like that. I just wondered if there's a way, which I'm sure there is, of linking that to the QXMP method, so that the people can also have an alternative way of paying in the clubs. I'm sure it's possible. The way the world is going, digital is the way, and I'm very keen to learn more because we would like to look at putting your tokenized coin into our super sports gardens, which will be all over Britain and all over the world, especially America as well. So if you can answer those questions, that'd be great. Thank you. Bye.
Hi David, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure, and we're very impressed with your development plans to open leisure parks across the globe, and we're very excited about the opportunity of working together and seeing how we can add value to each of our concepts. Now, you've mentioned the question about what's the benefit for users, where we could implement the Quilt token inside your smartwatches in every jurisdiction and every development project that you have. So with that in mind, one of the key things that we're looking at is how we can add value to your customers and how we can add utility to our chain. Now, as a lot of the people out there know, we have just launched the world's first real-world asset-centric blockchain, a layer 1, and the world's first oracle that can bring in-ground assets on-chain. Now, we've also got our Quilt native token coming out as well. So what we want to do is explore the opportunity of how Quilt native blockchain token can assist your model and give consumers more. So the way we see that happening is, you mentioned people can buy tokens into your parks to enter, they can buy food, rides and everything else that goes with it, even in the souvenir shops. With this in mind, if people are acquiring the Quilt token pre-entrance to the park and they don't actually use all their tokens, what will happen is, as utility increases on Quilt token on the various exchanges we're going to be listing on, the actual value of the customer's holdings will go up. So let's just imagine a family of 4, they bought $100 worth of Quilt token, add them in the wallet on your smartwatches, and they didn't spend it all. Well, in a month's time, after they've exited the park and left and enjoyed their day, in a month's time, the value of their Quilt token that remains that they haven't spent could have doubled in value, which means technically they've not spent anything in your park. So this, from a consumer selling point, is absolutely huge, and it also enables families that are struggling right now across the world to be able to enjoy all the things I want to do with the children without actually spending a dime, which is a great model to have in place. And again, you know, we're the first layer one real world asset-centric blockchain out there, and you, David Lloyd Leisure Parks, will be the first in the world to offer this kind of service. We're also very excited in the opportunity you present us to be able to tokenise your leisure parks across the world. Now, what are the benefits of you tokenising your parks? Well, you've already got an aggressive development program, but let's look at how to raise the capital faster and make it more aggressive. So once you've got your first park operational, what we can then do is tokenise your business with our partners such as STO Box. And then once that goes live and you've raised the capital, it can expand and quicken your process and development roadmap to build out new parks a lot quicker. That way, every time you're making an outlay to develop the park, you then tokenise and you give your customers an opportunity to own a piece. So not only are they benefiting from the use of the Quilt token within your smartwatches while visiting the parks, they can also own a piece that is managed by David Lloyd. Thank you, always a pleasure. For your customers out there that don't actually know what tokenization is, the best way to think about tokenization in its simplified form is think about it as crowdfunding. So if you've opened your leisure park, you can then offer little pieces of that business to your consumers. If your consumers do invest for a tokenization event where they acquire security tokens which represent an ownership stake in your business, they will also benefit from whatever dividends are decided by you as a company. So the actual consumers and visitors to your park can take a share of the revenue as well.
Oh, what a fantastic answer, Phil. And thanks for the great question and support, David. You can find David on his really great Instagram page. I'm going to put the details below. So we hopefully will see you all at the Real David Lloyd Sports Gardens and potentially using QXMP as your next payment method. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe and stay Quilt.